Okay, yes. So I was telling you that what's all about this Indian subcontinent thing, what happened. So we actually think it's been pushed down and these plates started moving and it went down towards the south of the peninsula. That's why India is like this type of thing. It's got that V-shaped type thing and it's moving down towards the south. But the country is situated on the north of the equator between 8 degrees and between 8 degree north to 37 degree uh, to the 7 degrees, the seventh largest country in the world. Okay, now the country situated on the north of equator between 8 degrees north to 37 degree north latitude and 68 degrees east to 97 degree east longitude. That is what it says. It is the seventh largest country in the world. Okay, now how do we call this the largest country? This is the list of world countries and the dependent territories by area, ranked by a total area by the United Kingdoms. Okay, with a total area of 3,003 lakhs 32 lakhs 87,263 square kilometers, and India measures round about 3,214 kilometers from north to south. 2,993. That's in your map, you will see it, it's given there, those pointings. How much kilometers from the north to the east and east to the west, and the coastline, what is there? The coastline is around about 7,516.6 kilometers. That's 4,671 miles, the coastline area. Okay, so on the south, India projects into and is bounded by the Indian Ocean, the south, the down part, in particular by the Arabian Sea on the west and Lakshadweep Sea to the southwest. Okay, Arabian Sea to the west, and it's coming down to the Lakshadweep side to the southwest, west and south, and the Bay of Bengal on the east and Indian Ocean proper to the south. The Palk Strait and the Gulf of Mannar separate India from Sri Lanka to its immediate southeast, and Maldives are some 125 kilometers, that's 78 miles, around about to the south of India's Lakshadweep Islands across the 8 degree channel. Now what is the 8 degree channel? I'm just giving you basic information. Okay, the 8 degree channel is Maliku Kandu, Divehi are traditional names for the broad Minicoy channel between Minicoy and Ihanwadipolhu in the north of the Maldives. Okay, it's not Maldives, it's Maldives. The later name is given after the Malabar merchant Mamale Makaraku, who controlled most of the sea trade along this route. So it's called like it is. So the distance, the route between Lakshadweep and Maldives is called the, what do you say, 8 degree. What do we know about the Lakshadweep part? Now Lakshadweep is the Laccadive Sea or Lakshadweep Sea is a body of water bordering India, the Maldives and Sri Lanka. What do you say? The Maldives and Sri Lanka, the Lakshadweep Sea I'm talking about. Okay, so you will see that part just in, there's a 3 points, the Laccadive Sea. Okay, or the Lakshadweep Sea is a body of water bordering India, the Maldives and Sri Lanka. It is located on the southwest of Karnataka, to the west of Kerala and to the south of Tamil Nadu. This warm sea has a stable water temperature throughout the year and is rich in marine life, the Gulf of Mannar. So between what you see in the map, if you say you won't be able to see that, but you have to go to a better atlas, you'll see Maldives, you have Malé, the capital of Maldives, and you have Colombo this side, on the corner part of Sri Lanka on the west side, and that's the distance between the areas which you have this what do you say, the Lakshadweep Sea, and that has very warm temperatures throughout the year and it is very rich in marine life. So once you travel to Cochin, you will be in the Laccadive Sea if you travel to Cochin. Okay, so that's the main part, and we have the Indian Ocean proper to the south, the Palk Strait, Gulf of Mannar, and we have the Lakshadweep on south of India is the Lakshadweep Islands, formerly known as the Laccadive Minicoy Imidive Islands, a group of islands in the Laccadive Sea, 200 to 400 kilometers off the southwestern coast of India. The archipelago The archipelago is administered as a union territory and district of India. They were also known as Laccadive Islands. So they are still in the Indian Union territories. Lakshadweep. It's a beautiful place. If you can go, it's a wonderful place. Save up some money and go. It's a wonderful place. Okay, then we have the 8 degree I told you. Then India's Andaman Nicobar Islands. Andaman Nicobar Islands is also, we have a volcano there. Volcano, we have it's Andaman and Nicobar, a union territory again of India, conspiring of 572 islands, of which 37 are inhabited. Okay, are a group of islands at the juncture of Bay of Bengal and the Andaman Sea. Andaman Sea and the Bay of Bengal come together at this part at Andaman Nicobar Islands, and we have still those tribes who live in the jungle where people not allowed to go. Some are around about 1200 kilometers southeast of the mainland, share the maritime borders with Myanmar. And what are maritime boundary is a conceptual division of Earth's water surface areas using physiographic or geological criteria, such as it usually bounds areas exclusive national rights over mineral, biological resources, encompassing and maritime features. Okay, and that is the difference between we have, that's the water boundaries. With Myanmar we are sharing it, and with Thailand and Indonesia. And Kanyakumari at 8 degrees 4.44 inches north, and 75 degrees 5 inches 555 feet and 23 degree inches east is the southmost tip of the Indian mainland, while the southernmost point of India is Indira Point or the Great Nicobar Island. Now, which is the Indira Point of India? Indira Point is a village in the Nicobar district of Great Nicobar Island of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. It is located in the Great Nicobar Tehsil. It is the location of the southernmost point of India's territory. That's the last point of India. That's called the Indira Point on Great Nicobar Islands. So Nicobar, after Nicobar, India has got nothing out there. So after Nicobar, it's north of Sumatra in the islands of Great Nicobar Island. The northern point is under the Indian administration in Indira Siachen Glacier, in Indira Colonel Siachen Glacier. That is right on the top. India's territorial waters extend, what are territorial waters? The areas of sea, the contiguous zones, the exclusive economic zone, and potentially continental shelf is a narrower sense, we can term that as. Extended to the sea distance of 12 nautical miles, that's 13.8, 22.2 kilometers from the coast baseline. India has the 18th largest economic zone of 2,03,543 kilometers. Is a sea zone prescribed by 1982 United Nations Convention of the Law of Sea, over which the sovereign state has special rights regarding the exploration and use of marine resources, including energy production from water. Can you imagine that? That's India. The northern frontiers of India are defined largely by the Himalayan mountain range, where the country borders with China, Bhutan, Nepal. The western border with Pakistan then lies in the Karakoram range, Punjab plains, the Thar desert, the Rann of Kutch, salty marshes. In the far northeast, it's Chin Hills, the Kachin Hills, deeply forested mountain regions separate from India from Burma. On the east, its border with Bangladesh is largely defined by Khasi Hills and Mizo Hills, and the watershed region of the Indo-Gangetic Plain. Okay, it is clear till here? Wow, great. So I'll just tell you about the river areas. What, the Ganga is the longest river originating in India. The Ganga Brahmaputra system occupies most of northern, central and eastern India, while the Deccan Plateau occupies the most of southern India. Kanchenjunga in the Indian state of Sikkim is the highest point in India, 8,586 meters, that's 28,160 feet, 69 feet, and world's third highest peak. The climate across India ranges from equatorial in the far south to alpine and tundra in the upper regions of the Himalayas. So what is a alpine, climate? An alpine climate is type of weather, cold climate for the regions above the tree line. Above the tree line where trees don't grow, this climate is also referred to as mountain climate and highland climate. That's the alpine, towards, have it in towards the, and what's the tundra Tundra is a type of biome, okay, where the tree growth is hindered by low temperature and short growing season. Term tundra comes from to Russia, from the Kildin Sami, or meaning uplands, treeless mountain tract. Tundra vegetation is composed of dwarf plants. Okay, so this is till here I'm going to tell you, and in the next class again on Tuesday. Yes, so on Tuesday I'll come and hit it again and we'll do it. So Friday we have English again, so don't worry. So I'll be there with English and we'll do something in English. Then we have a geological development, the political geography, the physiographic regions. I'll just brush you through that and you'll be ready with that. With this chapter, I guess that will be most easy for you. And then I'll give you the notes and solved question answers. Okay, guys? So take care and be safe, be home, and take care of yourself, respect your parents. That's all what I can say, and do whatever you want after you do your studies. Enjoy life. Bye bye.